Governor Ige is wrapping up his time on the 5th floor of the state capitol. His second term as Hawaii's governor ends next week. He joins us now with a look back, with a look forward as well. Governor Ige, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks, Christine, for inviting me.
Yes. Now, before we get a look back and a look forward, let's talk about the big story. Mauna Loa, of course. How is the state supporting the county?
I did sign an emergency proclamation late yesterday, really to be prepared in case we needed to take action, whether that's the National Guard. As you know, we do have Department of Health people setting up mobile monitors so that we can keep on top of the air quality and just being prepared to keep the residents informed.
Now, looking back, what would you say is your fondest or best memory?
Well, I do want to just thank the people of Hawaii for giving me this opportunity to serve. You know, being governor is one job that you can make a difference every day. And I look at being able to host the World Conservation Congress, the first time anyone in the U.S. has been able to do that, to really put Hawaii at the forefront of the climate crisis and really leading by committing to 100% renewable energy, the first state in the country to do that, and our commitment to incorporate Native Hawaiian practices, as well as respect our environment and ensure that we can protect the trees and plant more trees to remove more CO2 than we emit.
Now, if you had more time in office, what would you say is the one issue that you'd like to continue working on?
Clearly, early childhood education. As you know, this session we had a historic investment, $200 million, to really create public pre-Ks. I really think that every child should have the opportunity to attend preschool, and that would give us a leg up, and that's such an important initiative.
Now, because we are talking about issues, I'd like to ask you about Aloha Stadium. What's the latest with plans there?
You know, we're continuing to work to craft an MOU between DBED and the Stadium Authority to implement the law, which is they've appropriated $350 million to design and build a stadium, period. There are no funds available for a public-private partnership. So we'll move that project on as best as we can at this time.
Now, you say working on. Does that mean your efforts will continue with the next administration, which officially begins Monday?
Well, I mean, we are getting it to a point that the next administration can pick up the ball and run with it.
Okay, if it chooses to?
If it chooses to.
Okay. And what's next for you? I imagine some time off.
Absolutely. We are taking a vacation, going up to the Portland and Seattle area, have a chance to visit with my children who are up there, you know, and then look at the options. You know, I'm really not ruling out anything, but, you know, I know that I'll be involved in some way, especially in those issues that were such a priority for me as governor. The climate crisis, energy transformation, taking care of the environment, all of those are will continue to be priorities for me.
You say you're not ruling anything out. Does that mean you're not ruling out a potential run for political office again?
I certainly am not looking at anything right now, but people tell me I should never say never.
And what is your advice to the next governor?
I would just advise him to stay focused on the people. You know, as long as you are doing the right thing for the right reasons at the right time, that you can't go wrong.
What was your biggest challenge?
I think the biggest challenge during my term in office will always be remembered as this COVID pandemic. As you know, it was a new virus. We knew nothing about it, and we had to respond like the rest of the world and the country.
And then finally, what's your final message to the people of Hawaii?
I really want to thank the people of Hawaii for giving me 8 years to serve as governor. There is no other job on the planet that's like being governor, being responsible for the health and well-being of our community, at the same time being able to make a difference in the climate crisis, in energy transformation, in education, in housing. All of those things was just such a meaningful memory for me.
Well, Governor, we thank you so much, and thank you so much for your time over the past 2 terms. And always nice to see you. Maybe I'll see you at a Seahawks game one day.
Absolutely.